Hello to everyone who is watching this video. This video will be explained on the value management report for our proposed case study. This is a video slide presentation and will be explained starting with the introduction and background, value management stages, which is divided into pre-workshop, workshop and post-workshop, value management tools, proposed changes in design, proposed changes in materials, and cost plan. Firstly, we will go into what is value management. Value management is usually applied in the early stages of the project. Secondly, value management are techniques which are to define to maximize and achieve value for money for the clients. Third would be good quality products with economical costs can be proposed and made. The next part will be background of the case study. The name of the project is Proposed Extension 5-Story Teachers Quarters Students Hostel Block and Home Science Lab Workshop at Jalan Damai, Kota Kinabalu. The project duration will be 18 months. Clients is Sabah Sung Shing Secondary School. The contractor is Pembinaan Kota Maju Sendirian Berhad. The architect is Architect Oma Sendirian Berhad. Civil and Structure Engineer is Jurutura Perunding Sahabat Jadi. Mechanical and Electrical Engineer is Perunding Eureka. The Quantity Surveyor is Etika Hijau Sendirian Berhad. The cost of the project is 5,255,673 and 95 cents only. The form of contract is PAM Contract 2006 with quantities. Based on this slide, here are the project drawings for the case study. Starting off with the level 1 on the left, level 2 on the right, level 3 and level 5 on the left bottom and level 4 on the right side. What can be concluded here is that the main usable space area for this building is the teachers' quarters and student hostel bedrooms. On this slide, the left side is showing one of the elevation views and the right side is showing the rooftop plan of the case study. What can be seen here that this case study consists a total story height of 5. Based on this slide, here are a few summary on expected outcomes of the VM study. Firstly would be reduce any unnecessary costs, changing of any brand and materials but still quality wise. Secondly would be balancing life cycle costs, a more efficiency suitable and adaptable for the alternative changes to be proposed and made. Third would be maximize floor efficiency. More spaces are able to be designed and provided by reducing non-usable space area. The next part of this presentation video is pre-workshop.
Pre-workshop can be defined as the assembly of project information, the selection of a study team, and the development of cost models and other resources to support the study. Other than that, the main purpose of the pre-workshop is to design and operate the workshop. This includes the support and commitment of top management of ministries and agencies need to be made in addition to plan review and decide on the division of responsibilities and duties to officers and staff involved in the study. In value management analysis, cost reduction is achieved by making design more efficient without reducing essential performance, reliability, and maintainability. Traditional cost reduction efforts will concentrate on materials substitutions and reduce or eliminate specific elements, for example, by changing the type of material such as from timber to concrete work. Any unnecessary specification can be substituted by using this method. Other than that, there are various sectors where the alteration can be made without devaluing while reducing the essential costs. For example, the external ceiling finishes will be altered from the ceiling sheet to skim coat because the overall cost is lower than the original plan. Based on the diagram shown, there are 4 main activities that will be conducted, which is briefing, sketch plan, working drawings, and site operation. Briefing will include the inception and feasibility stage, while for sketch plan, it includes outline proposal and schematic design. It is the early stage of every project with the participants of the client and design team. For working drawing, it includes 40 hours workshop, which includes detailed design, production information, bills of quantities, and tender. At this stage, it is more to cost control, where the cost plan and cost check will be done. On the last stage will be the site operation. At this stage, the value management proposal may or may not change according to approval of all parties during the workshop. The cost analysis will be done once enter this stage to make sure all the project reach the main goal of value for money. The value management participants are divided into 5 categories, which is value study director, value manager, design team, quantity surveyor, and client. The value study director is also known as facilitator. Facilitator is a qualified and experienced person in managing the workshop. Their main job is to run the workshop smoothly. Other than that, the value manager is obligated to oversee the development of the entire project. Design team consists of architecture and engineer. Both of them are responsible to provide experience in the design stage and produce construction ideas. The quantity surveyor will ensure value management run parallel to cost management. It is to determine the best value for money of the project without putting so much risk on the quality. Client's role is to ensure that the project will not be unfairly impacted on them. The client of this project will be Sabah Shungsin Secondary School.
The next part of this presentation is the value management workshop.
During value management workshop, a new design team will be organized only during the workshop. The design team will review the design at 35% stage of the sketch design under the supervision of the value management facilitator. During the workshop, 40 hours is common, which is around 5 days to be completed. Nowadays, the current implementation process used is the hybrid VM, where they handle more than one project simultaneously. The job plan of VM is quite flexible nowadays on the size of the project and work stage. As for the location, Function Room Grand Borneo Hotel Kota Kinabalu Sabah is chosen. It is a place which occasionally used for meetings, team building, and workshop. There are 6 stages of value management workshop. The first one is information phase. It is more the introduction of the workshop process and the nature of the project. The team need to identify the problems to be solved and gather information on the particular project, such as the function and requirement needed. The second one is creativity phase. At this phase, a lot of ideas and proposals need to be generated which emphasize alternative methods to perform a specified function. Some of the ideas examples are on how to improve the high cost or the inadequately performed key function. The third phase is evaluation phase. This is the process where the ideas will be screened for acceptance. Design scenarios and selection criteria will be developed and ideas will be read and ranked. Next is the planning phase. It is a phase to identify key recommendation and plan management presentation. The team will also plan on how to sell ideas to the management. Some material is needed for this phase, such as drawing, diagram, which is supported by calculation, information, and more. The second last phase is reporting phase. During this phase, recommendation and conclusion of the workshop will be presented and informed to the top management, other stakeholders, and the policymakers. Then a written report will be developed. Finally is the implementation phase. Once the team get the management approval, management plan will be met along with the assignment, implementation, and follow-up. The implementation of the workshop result is the responsibility of ministry and implementing agencies.
Next is the post-workshop of value management.
Post-value management workshop should be made within 5 to 10 working days after the preliminary value management report have been submitted. The report should be consist of all the details proposal and summaries, narrative regarding on the value management process and others. Moreover, a meeting will be held to determine whether the proposal will be accepted or rejected and to begin the upcoming actions. The client are likely to obtain highest potential of saving possibility in conducting the value management at conceptual design stage. Other than that, there are several approaches in value management can be found, which is cost reduction approach, function increase approach, compound approach, and expand growth approach. The team have chosen to propose the cost reduction approach for this project. This is because the capital cost will be reduced to a more economical amount. Furthermore, the team have proposed to change the type of materials or design used. For example, the changing of material from timber floor to concrete floor in most of the bedroom, teacher quarters, and offices at a level 2, 3, 4, and 5, as this can reduce the cost of the material used.
Value management proposal is the next part of this presentation. The next part of the slide is value management proposal after pre-workshop has been completed. Firstly is the cost reduction approach. This approach means that the capital cost will be reduced and deducted. Secondly would be changing the types of materials and design used. In order to achieve the first proposal, changing the types of materials and design of the case study can be made. For example, changing cement render to cement screed for the floor finishes, which is the cost would be lower than the initial cost. Third would be increased usable space. The original design did not utilize full purpose of the building. For this project, corridor area are one of the non-usable area which can be reduced in order to increase the size of the usable area. For this project, which is the teachers' quarters and student bedrooms. The next part of this slide is value management tools. 1 is functional analysis and 2 is fast diagram.
Value management tools. Value management tools are able to help the design team enhance their idea in achieving the goals of the project. It provides and generates a more accuracy data in assisting the decision being made to the project. There are 2 types of value management tools. First would be the functional analysis, which will be adapted in this project, and the second one is the fast diagram. Meanwhile, in functional analysis, it is a technique for analyzing the purposes of the constitution part of a project. Second, it is also to identify the core function of products, processes, projects, or services. Third, this is a very powerful tool, which is to identify and determine the intended outcomes to eliminate or combine the functional space. For this project, it is focused on basic function of teachers' headquarters and student hostel. For functional analysis at project concept level, so basically this project is to accommodate students and teachers. The basic function of this project is bedroom. So it is located at Jalan Damai, which is at Sabah Sung Sin Secondary School. The main function for these quarters and hostel is to create economic accommodation for students and teachers. For the others function is to do activities for studies and working for the teachers. So now, let's see the overall functional analysis. For level 1, item number 1, which is the laundry one, it is provided in the project. It is supporting function, which is originally 1.68. It has been increased due to the omission of laundry 2. While laundry 2 is not necessary since it is one at level 1. For item number 3, spacious. Therefore, it should be reduced to 171.37. Fourth is bedroom A. So this is basically the basic function for this project. It is provided in project. So the function is for resting for the student and the teacher. The reason why it is the requirement secondary function for this project. So the original area has been decreased from 50.57 to 43.03. This is because the deduction, as I mentioned earlier, to improvise bedroom A size. So in order to make bedroom A bigger, one of the room must be decreased, which is the toilet. It is unnecessarily required toilet for space, as there is a limitation for the student to use the toilet. For example, if the shower is only provided with 4 rooms, so therefore they are limited to 4 students only. So it is not necessary to have a big space area just for 4 people. So the last one is for the corridors. As we know, corridor is for the passage for the student and the teacher to walk into their rooms. So it is not necessarily to have a bigger area for corridors. Therefore, it has been reduced from 45.90 to 33.15. So the reason being is to save more cost. When the area has been decreased, therefore it is impacted on the sides area of the floor and wall. So the element will be decreased, therefore the cost will be decreased too.
Based on this slide, these are the second value management tool that were used for this project, which is fast diagram. Fast diagram is an evolution of the value analysis process which were created by Charles, by the way. Secondly, it enables the client and design team to focus better towards the main function of the product rather than the physical features. On the left side is the fast diagram for this case study. Starting from the left side is how. On the right side is why. 2 actions were done simultaneously, which are to maximize floor efficiency in the green color box and balancing the capital cost in the orange color box. The next slide is changing in design proposal of the case study.
For the purpose of changing in design, changes in design to a project may have impacted on time, cost or quality. The second one, which is to reduce cost for the value for money with the quality. For example, there is a timber and concrete. Obviously, timber has cheaper in price, but in terms of the lifespan, concrete has more longer lifespan. Therefore, it is wiser to choose concrete as compared to timber, as the cost is not very expensive compared with steel. However, concrete may sustain longer lifespan in terms of periods of time. So the third one is choosing suitable design shape for the project. Since this project is the teacher's quarter and student hostel, the best design for this project is rectangular as compared to circular or cuboid. It is not that very appropriate to make bedroom in circular shape, which have a smaller area space. So the fourth, which is the best design to fit purpose of the functional area. As I mentioned earlier, for the toilet, it should be reduced as there has a limitation for the student to use the toilet. Therefore, the best design must fit purpose for the functional area. The last one is to maximize the space given.
As you can see in this slide, we have summarized the selection of change materials into one table. We have made changes onto 5 elements in total, which are floor finishes, staircase, ceiling finishes, wall finishes, and sanitary fittings. The affected area are as stated in the table, and with effect of all level except for the internal floor finishes located at first floor. The original material was changed to an alternative material as stated in the table, which are best in our opinion. In the most of the prices stated, the alternative material gives a cheaper price if compared to the original material, and price of sanitary fittings contributed the highest price compared to all other elements. You may use this legend below for references.
Moving to the next slide. There are 2 items that will be changed to cement-screed, which are external floor and staircase finishes. The objective of changing the finishes from cement render to cement-screed is because cement-screed is lower in price compared to cement render. Apart from that, cement-screed finishes is smoother than cement render, as cement render produce a bit of a coarse finish. Moreover, it can be beneficial to client as it is low in maintenance. Cement-screed is easy to maintain as it can be cleaned easily with a neutral cleaning agent and water, while to remove visible dust and debris, vacuum and broom may be used. This way, the low price but good quality of material will satisfy the client, and hence value for money can be attained. In addition, it is also strong and durable. The strength, durability, and resilience of cement-screed can be a benefit as it does not get damaged easily. For internal floor finishes, we change it from timber flooring to ceramic tile. The reason why we changed the floor finishes from timber flooring to ceramic tile is mainly because of the price difference. Ceramic tile is more economical compared to timber flooring. Furthermore, ceramic tile are as durable as timber. It can last for 10 to 20 years and even longer if properly maintained. This way, value for money can be achieved because of the low price but good quality of material. The ceramic tile are also easy to clean and maintain because of its hard surface. Besides, ceramic tile come in a larger range of colors and patterns. Therefore, client has that flexibility to choose from any color that match their preferences. Then, tile can be much simpler to place and can match just about any room compared to timber flooring.
Moving on to ceiling finishes, the external ceiling area finishes being changed from the suspended ceiling into plasterboard ceiling. It is the same as the internal ceiling area's finishes. A plasterboard ceiling requires heavy physical work and more finishing works such as sanding, covering screw heads, painting, and mass cleanup after work. However, it gave more headroom with high ceilings and provided a smoother look and easy to maintain after a long time. The reason we chose plasterboard over the suspended ceiling is because plasterboard is more durable and gave more good look than a suspended ceiling. The suspended ceiling tends to deteriorate over time, absorb more moisture, which will lower down the ceiling itself. It is costly to paint suspended ceiling compared to plasterboard. Overall, the plasterboard ceiling is cheaper than the suspended ceilings when it comes to installation and provides a pleasant appearance. So, it is chosen to increase the value of the proposed project without compromising the quality.
We are going to explain more about the changes or material for the wall finishes. So for this proposed project, we opted to use plaster and paint, which was replaced from glass wall tiles. Talking in terms of benefits, plaster and paint provides a better than most of the other wall elements, such as better in maintenance, cleanliness, and capital costs. Other reasons for changing the old material to plaster and paint is also because nowadays it is uncommon to apply wall tiles for the purpose of finishing. If do, it will much more depend on the client's request or room environment. Also, plaster and paint are suggested to be more suitable to apply onto a bedroom or office wall. Finally, this material will be beneficial to the client if they intended to make changes to the wall finishes in the future, as plaster and paint does not need a complicated removal work.
For the sanitary fittings, there are 3 items that we discovered which can be changed to much affordable material without affecting the quality of project, which are washdown pedestal water closet, countertop vanity basin, and toilet roll holder. The reason we changed the original material to a much affordable brand is because of price difference. The brand is more affordable compared to the original material in the contract. Besides, the brand is commonly used in construction projects from the teachers' quarters to school hall. On top of that, the brand is easy to get from hardware stores as it is available everywhere. It is also easy to maintain as the ceramic material used by the brand is very sturdy and can last for a long time. All in all, cost reduction for the items are achievable because of the low price without affecting the overall quality of the project. Up next is the cost plan. This is the cost plan for the BM that has been done for this project. It is estimated that the revised cost for internal floor finishes is about 100k. For the external floor finishes, the revised cost is about 9k. The overall revised cost for staircase finishes is about 3k. For ceiling finishes is 91. Up next is wall finishes with revised cost of 17,000. Lastly is the sanitary fittings, which consists of washdown pedestal water closet, countertop vanity, basin, and toilet roll holder. The overall revised cost for these sanitary fittings is about 13,000. So the total revised cost for the whole elements that we discovered is about 143,000. All in all, the total savings for these projects is about 138,000 ringgit Malaysia.
This is the last part of this presentation, the conclusion. In conclusion, value management is beneficial to all parties involved in the construction project management process. Value management leads to a better quality and improved quality due to teamwork effectiveness. It leads to great performance, which in turn leads to more opportunities to succeed. Lastly, value management provides a platform to increase the worth of a project by taking several approaches such as cost reduction, changes of design and materials, and etc. in order to reduce the cost in a conscious manner. And that is all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.